Welcome to Mitten Music. We traveled to Jackson, Michigan to attend GIG, the Art of Michigan Music, which highlights visual artists in music, such as photographers, videographers, and graphic designers. The event was held at Art 634 in Jackson, and we had the opportunity to talk to founders Chuck and Brenda Marshall. And not only do they put on this great event, they do an online magazine and podcast called Life in Michigan, as well as doing a podcast, Fans with Bands. Take a listen as we chat with Chuck and Brenda, the founders of GIG. Yeah, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yes. So Chuck and Brenda Marshall, thanks for coming and thanks for having us. We're very grateful for that.
Thank you guys so much for coming out to this. It's fabulous. I'm so happy that you're talking to all the artists and the musicians and, you know, getting their stories, because I think that's really important. So I really appreciate you guys.
We got at least 13 people pre-signed up at time slots for today. Yeah. That to us is like, usually we go to something that's like, if we can get 3 or 4 or 5, maybe. And half of those are like random people we just met that day that have no idea who are, but something makes sense. So ahead of time, having 13 different people or organizations or whatever, planning on talking to us already, and they know who we are and they check us out. We check. It's awesome. Yeah. This is so cool.
That's cool. Yeah. That's awesome.
So how did this come about?
Do you want the super long story or the
whatever way you want to present it?
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah. So actually 9 years ago, it'll be 10 years in January, I had gotten into photography and doing local music coverage and national music coverage, and I had met a bunch of different people that were doing these great posters and doing concert photography, and I really thought it was awesome. So I curated at that time at Ann Arbor Art Center, you could, anybody could throw out an idea to curate a show. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. A bunch of artists and photographers came out to that, and we had a show at the Art Center for a month, and it was just a gallery thing. Mm-hmm. And, I did that. Everyone loved it. Had a great time, and years went by, just working on other stuff. And then a couple of years ago, our friends from Manchester Underground, Steve Gerbach and John Mooneyham, they were like, hey, we really love GIG. They always talked about it. And if you ever want some help doing it again, we would help. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So that's what we did last year. We brought it back. We went way too big. So we did 3 days last year. We had a bunch of different bands. We had same number of artists, same little different setup, but we had like one day was like the opening, and the next day was this and that. It was too long. So this year we've condensed it down to just that one day, but that's how it started. It was just like, I thought that these artists were worthy of being in galleries where they weren't going to be charged an arm and a leg for commissions, where they weren't going to be charged a table fee to be at this event, to showcase them. Because I think we all, when we think about music, there's also the visual, right? You think of an album, you think of a CD booklet, you think of posters you've seen. And I really wanted to like showcase those artists and bring them to the forefront, because that, in my mind, they're as good as Picasso. They're as good as, Monet, Ansel Adams, you name it.
Art's subjective, man. Sure. I agree.
And you both have creative backgrounds, right? You've done photography, right? Chuck, Brenda, you write?
I write. I have done photography,
yeah,
but
she's really good.
I don't like to carry around a camera. So
you just want to take it all in.
I just want to take it in. I use my iPhone. I'll give it to Chuck to process, because I just write.
Yeah, and you do it well.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you do it well. So you do that. You do photography. You do the writing yourself.
Yep.
So where did you get connected with all these artists? Like how did you come to know them? I'm sure there's some by word, but how did you connect with that community?
It was kind of through being in the part of the local music scene, in terms of covering events and being at shows to with my camera. So then I'd meet,
Mm.
somebody like Robert Nixon, who's one of his posters is here, but he's not here. Like Craig Horkey, I went to the shows and met him. And so basically like just getting in touch with these people and seeing them and then going to different art shows that I've seen where like there'll be a pop-up at Ogma Brewing here in Jackson and I'll have some great artists and like, oh, do you do posters and just pretty much meeting people like that. And then, for these last couple events, I've just been seeking out people. Like anybody I'd see a cool poster from a band, I go, who did your art?
Yeah, I want to know them.
Yeah. And who took these photos?
Yeah.
I know most of the photographers, but I didn't know as much of the graphic designers. So that was like, tell me who's doing this, and are they in Michigan? And if they're in Michigan, I want to have them come out together.
Yeah.
So remind me again, how many artists do we have here today, and what does it cover as far as the craft?
Yeah, so there are 24 artists that are here today. They cover photography, graphic design for posters. They're geographically pretty much southern Michigan. So we've got Muskegon, Battle Creek, Ann Arbor, Detroit, Lansing. So kind of covered that, Grand Rapids as well.
Mhm.
So we've got a good selection of folks from there. I wish we could get some more from the north, but it's obviously a drive. But
Yeah.
It's the same with artists. I feel like it's just they're more spread out the further north you get.
Right.
Isn't there a video? There's a video, right?
Well, I'm hoping they're showing up. But yeah, we're hoping to have because that was something we missed last year is
Yeah.
videography.
Cool.
And so-
Yeah, it's another art form.
And some of the graphic designers, we were talking to Jaled earlier today, and he was kind of talking about the different art mediums he's used. And I wanted to really ask him about if he got into video. I didn't, but I'm wondering if any of the photographers, maybe more specifically, do they dabble in video, or is that like I wonder if some artists like, nope, photography's my thing, or some like, well, I kind of do both, and I'm just curious.
Well, I know for sure Brian Sheehan, who's here, he definitely does that.
Yeah.
He does video, he does photography, he does graphic design.
He's an artist.
Yeah, he does it all.
I mean, anybody
Right.
can be an artist, but
Right.
that's like tells me he's got a very artistic mind. That
Yeah.
the medium necessarily doesn't matter. He could work with them all.
Right.
He's got vision and he's got something in his head he wants to get out.
And I would think, photography, as much as it's similar, you got a camera. I mean, it's a different way to approach things.
Oh, for sure.
Videography versus photography is completely a different approach.
Yeah, because you're trying to I'm not a videographer, but I would imagine you're basically trying to stage scenes or show the scenes, so if you're doing if you're doing a video shoot, you're definitely, blocking and doing all that arrangement of the scene
Right.
itself.
Mhm.
If you're trying to cover live, again, you're trying to get different camera angles where that's probably closer to photography because you're also trying to capture the action, right? You're trying to get yourself
In
the
a
right
shot. Yeah.
yeah, where you get the light just coming out right, at that point in time, timing and everything. And so I'm sure that videography, photography meld in a live concert setting or pretty close.
Yeah. So for you, photography, you've been doing that for quite a while.
Yeah.
And you've been doing, is it mostly music?
It's all over so Brenda and I have an online magazine called Life in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
On that, basically it started off, let's cover what we do in Michigan. We love the state, so what are the fun things to do? And so it has travel. I'm huge into beer, so we have a lot of beer in there, and then music. And so that's the kind of things we're doing photographs. Pretty much events, so go into Beer Fest, take a bunch of pictures of that.
Mm-hmm.
When we go to visit someplace, trying to capture what that space is. And then, live music. Just I, used to play in a band. I know what that's like. And I remember, the kind of lack of coverage that you would get from a local band
Mm-hmm.
that, they're really good. They should have some cool photos. So I like to go and check it out and take some pictures.
Yeah. Awesome.
And write about them too.
So, and Brenda, you write, you take all these experiences and you put that into words.
Well, yeah, I try. But sometimes I'll be along and I'm like, Chuck, get that picture right there.
Yeah.
Because I'm already thinking about how I'm going to write about it.
Oh, and you can tell there's this. I could use this for.
I could see this could be potential. Or get those people together.
Yeah.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah, so I do write. So like we just did the Detroit Beer Fest, and we did the day before with Day with Jay, and so we kind of split it up. I did the coverage for Day with Jay, wrote about that experience. So it had a little bit. I mean, it's kind of like a beer crawl, but it was like about the people that were there and
Mm-hmm.
the fun we were having. We started it at Super Duper.
Yeah, Super Duper coffee
Coffee,
in
yeah.
Detroit.
Super duper.
Mm.
Coffee. Okay, I have not heard of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a cool name.
It
Yeah.
is.
Is it Super Duper Coffee?
It
is.
is.
It is.
It's the only coffee we drink. It's
Really?
yeah.
Oh, you really like it.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason why you went to Super
Yeah.
Duper Coffee to start this off. It wasn't just like, hey, there's a coffee place over here that we've heard of.
Yeah. No.
Fair.
Yeah. We love it. It's
Ooh.
super good.
We'll have
Yeah.
to look that up.
Yeah, so that's kind of my role is to do the writing and kind of keep an eye on our social media. Chuck does a lot of the social media.
Yeah.
But kind of
Well, and Brenda does a lot with so we started a podcast for Life in Michigan.
Oh, I was thinking of the other pot.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, there's another one too.
I was going to say, because that's the one I was interested in asking about as well.
yeah, we started the Life in Michigan podcast, and it comes out every 2 weeks. And so I do most of the producing on that in terms of like getting the artists on and getting the show notes together,
Ooh.
putting the interview questions together ahead of time,
Mhm.
and gathering the imagery that we're going to put in the show notes. And then Chuck puts it together at the end.
I do the audio mixing.
Okay.
Sweet.
Which is fun because like at the Detroit Beer Fest, we were talking to people. I'm like, I need to get you on our podcast, and they're like, okay,
Yeah.
and they'll say yes, but then I like follow up and I don't hear anything from them. I'm like, okay,
We know how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first couple of years of starting off, we're like, we'll just reach out to all these places, and very few would get back to us. But
Yeah. You write about some of these experiences, but is that also typically who you're having on as guests on the podcast as well, or is it completely kind of separated?
So the podcast is totally separate.
Okay.
I mean, and it was born, I think, from the fact that we would interview people for maybe an article, or we would sit down with somebody and have a conversation, and you would take pieces of that conversation and put it into an article, and you're like, but that was such a great conversation, and so much of it is gone. It got like you can only put so much in an article,
Right.
And so we talked about it for a couple of years, like, oh, let's do this podcast, put it together, and finally just like, all right, we're gonna do it or it's done. And
Right.
I'm glad we've done it.
Oh yeah.
It's been
It's been fun.
good. It's been fun.
Yeah.
And we've had some really fun experiences with it so far.
I
That's
bet.
great. Yeah.
And then there's the fans
Bands with bands.
Fans with bands or fans of bands? I couldn't
Bands
remember.
with bands.
Fans with
Yeah.
bands.
Yeah, you've been doing that about as long as we've been doing this podcast.
Yeah,
think
it's
4
that was a
years.
pandemic baby.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I was, couldn't do any shows, right?
You need to figure. So I need to keep
what am I
myself
gonna do?
busy somehow, one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, what am I gonna do? But, to keep the, because at that time, right during the pandemic, people were doing, the live streaming of their stuff and everything, and I thought, well, maybe this is a good time to like actually talk to some of these folks, and so the idea was, and I had been doing interviews for a couple of magazines before that, where I would talk to an artist and then, submit a written review. And I was thinking that it would be maybe fun if a band had some fans that they wanted to ask some questions. So, with Zoom technology, because again, we really like learned about how to use Zoom for work and everything. And I was like, oh, I can use this.
Yep.
It can be anywhere. And so that was how it was born. And it was meant to be ultimately like, any band from anywhere. But it's pretty much focused back into Michigan primarily. There's a few bands that have been on that are outside of the state, but for the most part, it's been just, I really like this band. I want to talk to you. Would you guys do it? And so that's how it works out.
Yeah, for sure. And you've talked to a lot of people we've talked to, but I've also discovered a few bands listen to the podcast.
Oh, cool.
So,
Awesome.
which is a cool thing. There's so many bands in the state.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming to like cover or do anything with. Yeah,
it is.
What's a memorable band or two you've interviewed? I purposely am not saying your favorite episodes or your favorite bands, because that could be you can't ask me that. But some memorable ones. Throw out some memorable conversations you've had with bands.
Well, one of the early ones that was very memorable was Lighthouse Keepers.
Oh yeah.
So this was right in the pandemic, and he has a big following from all over,
Mhm.
right? And so it became like and people at that time, during the pandemic, they were just dying to talk to anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
So we must have had like 10 fans on. It was sort of, well, it was chaotic. And
That's a 10. I don't think we could handle that. That's too much.
I basically didn't say anything. Like
You just let 'em run
they were
wild.
they were just chatting. They were just like, "Oh, I remember seeing your show in California. Oh, you need to come back when you come here." Blah blah blah. And the fans were like thrilled to talk to Lath. Lath was thrilled to talk with them. They shared memories and stuff. That was really super memorable.
Cool.
Yeah, that
I
was a
dig
good one.
that.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's very cool. Awesome. As far as you guys covering music or festivals or anything there that's memorable for you guys that really stuck out?
It's well, so I would say FuzzFest, just
Okay.
because.
FuzzFest.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's gotten mentioned a couple times. And
Yeah.
I remember every time I hear it, I'm like, how do I not know FuzzFest? It just sounds like something I would already know about, but I have not yet been to.
So Chris Taylor, who's the guitar player in Mazinga, which is playing
Mhm.
tonight, I met him. We share a birthday. He's 10 years younger than me, but our birthdays are the same. He threw this thing, what he called FuzzFest, back at Woodruff's in Ypsilanti 10 years ago. Well, 11 now.
Okay.
Well, the pandemic. Anyway, he when I turned 50, he was turning 40, and that's when he did it. So anyway, it was 3 days. It was at Woodruff's originally, and it's just all this like fuzz rock, indie, garage rock,
Yeah. That's cool.
punk, whatever. And so I just happened to go to the first one because the Mugs. I don't know if you know the Mugs from Detroit.
Mm-mm.
Super awesome hard rock band.
Okay.
They were playing. I wanted to see them, and then we just kind of stumbled into it. So then I started going every year. So that it's been at the Blind Pig since.
Okay.
And so this year was the 10th FuzzFest. So I've gone to everyone.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's just a huge thing because they do 33 bands. So it's 11 bands in a night. They're continuous. As soon as it starts, one stage rocks. When they're done in a half hour, the next stage starts.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice. There's
no break.
There's no interchange.
No,
which is crazy.
It's just constant.
You better be paying attention.
It's constant.
Yeah. How about you, Brenda? What's your most memorable thing of covering anything that you guys have been covering over the years?
Oh, wow.
I know that's a lot to
It's
ask.
a lot to ask.
Otherwise, none of them are. So,
Well,
I mean,
there's so many to pick from. I mean, obviously, when you think about the beer festivals, they're pretty memorable.
That's good that they're memorable.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
remember after
Yeah.
being at the beer fest.
yeah, true.
So we volunteer as Lighthouse Keepers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lighthouse Keepers.
Lighthouse Keepers. We're volunteering.
different lighthouses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so we've done that. We're going to do it again this next
Yep.
summer in
What?
August. Yeah. We're going to be at
Big Sabo.
Big
on,
Sabo.
on the west side, over
Yeah.
by you guys.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
what does that entail?
Yeah.
Like, what
the heck?
Just
I didn't even think that was a thing anymore. Like
Yeah.
people actually were.
You're
the
a
keepers.
volunteer.
Yeah.
You go, and we've done it at the Grand Traverse Lighthouse,
Okay.
which is way up at the point, right? And we've done that twice, and that was a lot of fun. And we had these walkie-talkies. We're like, what is this? And it became this thing that we
Yeah.
did. We played with these walkie-talkies, and we called ourselves the
was the-
Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And so we would get on there. We were like, "Where's Papa Bear?" Because we volunteered with my sister and her husband. And so and then all of the other people that actually worked there were like listening in, like laughing hysterically. And they were so excited when we came back to a second year because they could listen in on the walkie.
Oh, they were ready for it. They're
They
like,
were ready.
what are these guys going to do this year?
Yeah, they were ready for the banter.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we've done it a few times.
Is it like a week-long thing, or is it
it's a
okay?
week. You sleep at the lighthouse.
That's what I was wondering. Like, you sleep in the layout.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the movie, The Lighthouse, the A24 movie?
Yes.
Like, so I have as well. It's a great film. But that it makes me think, like, is that like, I mean, you're not
So funny.
having to get on a ship and go out to the middle of nowhere to get onto this lighthouse.
So funny story. We were up at the Grand Traverse and they had a tornado.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
And they were it was wind was whipping and all this stuff going on, and the actual rangers that worked there came over and knocked on our door, and they said, and the wind is whipping around outside. They're like, we might need to bring everybody from the camp and take shelter in your basement.
In the basement.
What?
And we're like, have you been in that basement?
Yeah, it's like
It's like this.
I don't think you want to.
it's just, yeah, it's little low ceilings. It's
Oh,
like
geez.
tight and
Claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be better than a tornado.
Well, for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, that was pretty memorable, and it was fun, and it was
Yeah.
fun. It was fun to write about.
Oh, I
A
bet.
lot
Yeah.
of fun
Mhm.
to write about.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This is awesome. You guys are amazing.
Right?
You sound like you're having the most fun of time in your life. You guys get to do things that you enjoy, but you also get to use your skills and, your trades and your crafts and everything on top of that. So you get to go somewhere, you get to write about it.
Mhm.
You get somewhere, you take photos of the things that you're enjoying, or talking to people, and that's amazing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
Right.
Brian,
It is.
I think I need to start
Yeah.
doing more.
I don't blame you.
Well, thanks guys for
Rock
coming
and roll.
on and talking with
Well,
us. Thanks for putting on this event. It's
Yeah,
really a
thank you.
great, awesome opportunity for people to see, like you said, the things that maybe people don't think about always with
Mhm.
music, the art that goes behind it. And yeah, this is a great event. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you
doing
guys
it.
again
Absolutely.
so much for
And you had this
having us.
cool little, it just so happens, this cool little spot in this room at Studio 634 that we got to use.
Yeah.
It's just like I was saying, how we actually have space this time. Usually we're just cramped in, which is fine. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, we got
The
couches
biggest
and
thing is I
chairs.
like is we got sound barrier. That's
Yeah,
helpful.
exactly. Yeah. We've
Yeah.
done several where the stage is right there and we are recording while they're playing and we somehow make it work kind of.
That's crazy.
But this is good. This is good. This is
So
easier.
people need to check out Life in Michigan, the podcast or the newsletter.
Mhm.
Yep.
Fans with bands.
Bands with Bands.
Yep.
And then also your photography.
And Gig,
Gig.
the art of life or the art of Michigan music.
Oh, you guys think you're going to do it again next year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're already planning that out.
All right.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
for you. I
Right.
was hoping you would say that. I didn't want to push for it. I didn't want to put,
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd say that you were already
We're gonna
planning
take a
something
little
next
break
year.
after we get done with this one.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, then we'll hit the ground running again.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
If you like this episode, make sure to subscribe and also check out our website, themittenmusic.com. Sign up for future information and also check out our social clips on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure to tune into our next episode to figure out where we're going next in season 5.